Empower your business or digital agency with Bluehost, trusted by over 5 million WordPress users globally. Bluehost features top-to-bottom hosting optimizations designed specifically for WordPress, giving you 24/7 access to a team of experts for support, plus thousands of WordPress help articles. So if you want to streamline WordPress website creation with intuitive controls and premium support, choose Bluehost, powering over 2 million websites worldwide.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
All right. Welcome back to the Misfit Nation. We have made it through Independence Day. I know this day means different things to all. For me, it holds true with the tenets I live with: God, family, and country. In 1776, when our first leader stepped up and decided to fight against taxation without representation, it was a step in the right direction. It is hard to believe we are only 245 years old as a country. Many countries take a long period to become world leaders. It is in this vein many forget we are very young. This is why we are still learning about our mistakes from the early years. Many have reconciled these mistakes and moved forward, while others, it is just very painful to do so. Understanding those facts, we all need to come together and become one again. We can have differences of opinion and still strive forward in life together. Okay, off my soapbox. I hope you enjoyed a safe and amazing 4th of July with friends and family. Maybe got to see a fireworks display, like the one in Nashville, that is the biggest in the country, and had a chance to unwind a bit. Cherish those who were closest to you, and open yourself up to make new friends along the way. Now, if you're walking down the street and see someone in need, make a conscious effort to assess their situation and strive to make a change. This is what our next guest has done. He saw an issue, was not happy with what he saw, so he initiated a change and came up with a solution to the issue. He is 100% motivated to help, and I think you'll enjoy him as much as we do. Please give a Misfit Nation welcome to Brett D'Alessandro. All right, welcome to the show, Brett D'Alessandro from New Jersey, a veteran. He started a great program called Backpacks for Life with Alexa, and I got him on the show now because he works out of Jersey City, my old hometown, and he's a veteran. That's 2 pluses for him. So let's get him on here and hear about him. Welcome, Brett.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's awesome to finally get this connected. It took us a little while, hiccups here and there, but we're back. We're on it. So tell us a little bit about you, Brett, how you, your journey, basically, as far back as you want to go to when you started when you had the aha moment to start Backpacks.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to go like up until birth, but I'll I'll save it. That might be a little longer than a 1 episode podcast. So yeah, I'll fast forward a little bit up into the good parts of it.
Right.
So yeah, I'm a Marine veteran, 6 years. I served. I was with a Motor T unit, CLB 6 down in Camp Lejeune. Actually, let's go back a little bit further. Alexa and I, she's my fiance now. Her and I were going to University of Rhode Island. I was in the reserves, and I just literally, I forget what class I was in, but I got a call from I think it was like one of staff NCOs, and he's like, "Hey, you want to deploy?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" He goes like, "All right, we're literally going down in Camp Lejeune in like a couple weeks." So I was like, "Whoa, okay." I'm like, "Where are we deploying to?" He's like, "Afghanistan." I'm like, "Nice, awesome." So literally within a couple weeks, I had to leave school. We literally took a bus down to Camp Lejeune, and got attached to CLB-6, and we were on our way to pre-deployment training. Went over to CAX in California, went to a couple other places, and then we were on our way to Afghanistan. I was with a motor T unit, but they put me. I'm 6'5", and they decided to have me be the gunner. I don't know if that was like they were like, yeah, we want you, the badass being the gunner, or they just kind of wanted me to, get shot or something. I don't know if it was a good or bad thing, but I was on the 240, 50 cal, and then I went on a CROW system, which is like a robotic weapon system, CROWS, CROW system. And you know what? It was a rough deployment, but a lot of people, they talk about a deployment, somebody got blown up or we got shot at, and they say, that's where their PTSD, anxiety, depression, or whatever it might be stem from. But honestly, mine was just, I got home and everybody was ahead of me. I felt like when I would get home, okay, everything was going to just pick back right where it left off. And it wasn't the case. Everybody was just kind of ahead. And I just felt very, I felt very overwhelmed. I felt like I was out of place, and I felt like I lost my purpose. And I just really, man, one of those things where they're like, it could always get worse. You could always find a trap door and keep on going down. And I think I just found a couple of trap doors, and I just really couldn't get my shit together. And so they put me on medical hold. I was up in Newport, Rhode Island during we got back in January, the end of January. And so it was cold out, and I was going to a doctor's appointment. And I had no idea what the hell was going on with me. I felt so anxious. I couldn't even get a haircut without a mental breakdown. I just felt just so stressed and overwhelmed, and didn't know what was going on. And I also didn't know who to go to or where to turn. I didn't know what was out there. We got the VA, we got some, VFW, American Legion, nothing bad about those, but that's really all I knew about. And so I was going to the doc's appointment, saw a guy with the sign, homeless vet, please help me out. And I went back to my motel, had some extra time before an appointment, got a backpack, filled it up with warmer layers, and went out and gave it to the guy. And that was really it. Little small talk, nothing more. And 3 days later, I saw this guy again. He was a little boy, and the boy was carrying the backpack. So I pulled over, and before I could get a word out, the little boy said, "Thank you so much for the backpack. I no longer have to go to school carrying my books in my hands." And the dad said, "Thank you so much for the warmer layers. They've been keeping my wife, who's sick at the homeless shelter, warm." And at that point, I'm like, holy shit, you know what? I thought I was just this loser that, I'm not a real Marine. I couldn't handle this. And I'm like, there's other people dealing with this. I'm not alone. And I don't know if that's I felt comforting, but because of somebody else's suffering, but I did feel comfort that I wasn't alone. And so I had this idea. I'm like, backpack. I survived out of a backpack in Afghanistan. A backpack's like a mobile home for veterans who are homeless. I'm like, I found my purpose again. I felt that flame just kind of reignite, and I called Alexa, and I was like, I got an idea. And now every time when I call Alexa and I go, I got an idea, she's like, oh God, not again. One of your ideas. So that was like the first time she got used to me calling her and saying, hey, I got a crazy idea. So we bought some backpacks. We did a GoFundMe and used that money to buy the backpacks. They were literally like neon green backpacks, literally an upgrade of toilet paper. We filled them up. We gave them out to vets. I would say 9 out of 10 of the backpacks broke. Literally handing them to vets. That's how crappy they were, but it was a starting point. And from there, we just really started to grow and grow. We put supplies, toiletries, and resources inside the backpack. We got better resources, better supplies, and better toiletries, and then upgraded our backpacks. And now we given out over 7,000 backpacks in like 25 states. We've mentored over 1,000 veterans. Now, not just homeless, but any veterans in needing help. We've worked with well over a couple hundred homeless veterans, and it's been quite a journey. I mean, I get so much out of it. I mean, it's literally my holistic medication. It gives me my purpose, and to see a veteran transform from being on the streets or addicted to drugs and alcohol or just needing some help to seeing them get their life back or seeing them quickly get connected to a resource when it took me months and months and luck. And I just felt like vets shouldn't need luck in order to succeed or to get the resources that are out there. I mean, we have 40,000 organizations. I think it's like 30,000 that are dedicated VSOs, veteran service organizations. So there's a lot of stuff out there. We do have a lot of good government programs out there, and it's not the lack of resources, but it's the lack of the know-how. So that's really what we're tackling.
Right. And I think everything you said there is in line with nearly every person that comes home or gets out of the military. It's that hitting that wall and losing that sense of purpose. As soon as I retired in 2015, I took my boots off the next day. I didn't know what to do with myself after 22 years. I was like, what do I do with my hands? What do I do?
Yeah, you just like keep them up in the air and you're like, I'm not sure what to do with these.
Yeah, just shaking them out for an entire year. I did not work. I finally landed a job at a veteran organization, mentoring veterans as they transition for 2 years. And that gave me my sense of purpose back. And now I actually work on base training soldiers before they go to war. So it's kind of a flip from helping the veterans to helping them before they become veterans. So I guess it still helps me out. It helps me in my mind that I'm doing something good still and have a sense of purpose. But I think what you're doing is leaps and bounds above that. And I was going to ask you how many states you were in. You answered that question, 25 states. Have you gotten down to like Tennessee or anything like that yet?
Tennessee, I don't think we've ever given out a backpack to a vet in Tennessee. I mean, we recently gave out backpacks to vets in Hawaii, Alaska, got a couple of vets in Virginia and Florida that we just gave stuff out. But no, I think you are going to be our first person that can help us branch out to your state and get some backpacks out there to Tennessee, and we'll definitely collab. We developed our own backpack, literally just feedback from homeless vets, made our own backpack, got a locking cable built into it where the drawstring is so vets could lock it to their bedpost. We got an ISO mat that vets could pop out, lay on the ground, reflective material inside the backpack so they could be seen at night, whistle clip for where the sternum clip is, where the strap for your hip strap.
Right.
That actually we don't have it, but we have a pocket with Velcro so a vet could literally put their belt in there and then put it through their belt loop and literally like cinch the backpack to themselves. But we'll definitely be talking after this and see how we can get some backpacks down to your state. And we put in an order for 1,500 Bowery packs. So that's the backpack. That's this big hiking backpack. And then we have a smaller version of it for vets who aren't chronically homeless, but just need a simple backpack. And that's the urban pack. So we got 1,500 of those we just ordered and 1,500 of our Bowery pack of a total of 3,000. So we're having them made right now and they should be coming to us probably like September, October. The logistics are a little harder than it once was before COVID.
Yes. Before they turn the lights out on a lot of things for a year. Everyone has to
right. I love it's like you got like the BC AC before Christ, after Christ. I feel like COVID's like the BC before COVID kind of thing. Everybody's like before COVID. I don't know. I've been saying that a lot lately. I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah, pre-COVID, I can get something done in a week. Now it takes me a year.
Yeah, right.
We had a patio put in our backyard after we bought our new house here, and it took literally 8 months to get the job complete because of COVID.
Yeah, I mean, look at wood. Wood's like tripled in price. Gas is extremely high. Produce is very high. So hopefully, so Backpacks for Life is I call it my third full-time job. I actually have a full-time job and I work on the docks, and man, we have been busier than ever. Just we can't get enough ships in fast enough. And it's crazy how busy the ports have been.
You working out of Newark or you down somewhere else?
So I used to work in Bayonne, but yeah, no, I've worked in Newark, Elizabeth, but I'm now in Staten Island over there helping out.
Okay.
Yeah, so it helps pay the bills, so I can continue to do what I truly love with Backpacks for Life. My fiance, she was working for Sam Edelman. It was a shoe designer company, and she quit that. Just, I mean, obviously female with shoes. She got, tons of free shoes. She was actually the sample size. So she would just bring buckets of shoes. And for her to be able to leave that job to come in and basically work for pennies for our nonprofit and to work with homeless vets. I mean, that's an amazing person in my book, but we thought it was necessary to grow and to really help our veterans the best we can.
Well, definitely. And that's definitely like in the Bronx Tale, she's a keeper. Like in the lessons in the movie, she's definitely a keeper. So
I'm a lucky person. I'm not sure how. I don't get that much luck, but I got lucky on this one.
Yeah, you did. That's real good. And I think right now the stars are aligned for you, and you're able to work a full-time job and also work full-time at your second job here, which is, I mean, it's awesome. You're doing a lot of great things.
Yeah, you know what? Backpacks for Life, we wanted it to be something that is malleable, that there's not just one thing, but it's not just what we wanted to create, but what veterans need. And also we didn't want to step on anybody's toes on who's already out there. So in the very beginning, we were just really going out to organizations saying, hey, can we get some resources and flyers from you? We're going to put them in backpacks and give them out to vets on the streets. And they said, sure, why not? You're basically helping us with outreach. We didn't know what we were doing yet. And we were just kind of seeing, what's there. And then we found what our niche, what we wanted to do, the little like niche thing. And that's just really giving out these backpacks with supplies, toiletries, and resources. That's like our first pillar. That's our outreach. And then if vets need additional help, we'll literally sit with the vet. If if they're in driving distance, I'll sit with the vet and just literally, I won't say, what do you need? Because they might not know what's out there. I'll just listen to their story. I'll help implement some resources and a roadmap for them. And then we'll help execute it together. In the very beginning, I'll definitely be hand-holding and guiding them. And, I'll send out some emails and CC them, and, we'll get things going. Do they need a cell phone? What about a bus ticket? What about some clothing? Unfortunately, some organizations will be like, oh, we can help you. Oh, you don't have a cell phone? Okay, well, we can't really be in contact with you. So sorry about that. I don't want to prevent a veteran from success because of little small things that we can easily help them get. So that's kind of what we do. And then we have our side projects where we've done stuff, or we had a company where we paired this company with a vet and got him a roof. We redid this veteran's roof. We got HVACs, water heaters for vets, cars for vets. I mean, really depends on what the veteran needs, and we'll go out there and find it and leverage our for-profit companies and help and have them help us help the vet.
That's outstanding. And using the other VSOs or veteran service organizations for our listeners to actually leverage both of your actual products to the veteran is an awesome way to do it. And when I was at the Mission Continues, we had partners with Wounded Warrior Project, Team RWB, and Wear Blue Run to Remember, and Team Rubicon. We worked with all of them to actually get our veterans working. I was part of a fellowship program where I kind of get them blended back into their communities when they got out. So for 6 months, they went and volunteered at a nonprofit of their choice to basically assimilate back into society and get that feel back to having a purpose. And that's how I actually got hired. I did the same thing. I was a fellow and worked my way back in. But it was during that time where I learned more and more about all the other veteran organizations that were out there. Because like you said, sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. And it's not until you speak to another veteran that you learn that there's like 8 million other things out there that can help you as you move forward.
Yeah, there's a plethora of amazing things, from Healing Waters to Operation Rebound to we got Transcendental Meditation from the David Lynch Foundation. So there's just so many different forms. And that's where I talk to the vet, like, hey, I need help. I'm like, all right, what do you like to do? They're like, no, I need help. I'm like, what do you like to do? Let's build it around what you like to do. I want to get your purpose back. I want you to get out there. And honestly, there's all these new scientific breakthroughs and all these amazing new things that are helping vets. But what I've seen being the most beneficial, kind of the most simplest thing, is peer-to-peer mentorship. Just talking to somebody. I mean, I jokingly compare it to, Castaway where he went crazy and talked to a ball because he had no human interaction. I mean, they're people. We are humans, and we just need to have somebody to talk with. And a lot of people say, "Hey, how can I help a vet?" Talk to them, talk to them, get them a water bottle if they're on the streets. I would not suggest giving a homeless vet money. I would suggest asking them what they need, go and get a bus ticket for them, maybe get some food for them, a water, maybe go get them some resources. I wouldn't get them some money. I would, if you really wanted to take the time to help that vet, see what they need and get it for them.
Definitely. I agree with the money thing, because most times you don't know what's going to happen unless you've already built that relationship with that veteran on the street. Giving the money is usually a horrible thing to do. You're just enabling a problem that he or she is already established. And if you get them to say what they really need, maybe it's a sandwich, maybe it's a book to read, just go by and give it to them. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, and you got a lot of con artists out there taking advantage of the good nature of others and the title of being a veteran. So you just want to be careful to make sure you don't create an incentive to get people to, find ways to con you out of your money. So yeah, I just, I wouldn't suggest it. Nothing wrong with it. If you do it, that's fine. I mean, it's better than not doing anything. Actually, I take that back. It's a gray area. I wouldn't do it,
I'm with you. I don't do it either. I'll ask them what they need. I'll go into a McDonald's or whatever around there need food for and get them something. So I know that they have food to eat, at least for that day, that night, whatever time I see them. The money, it's horrible.
Yeah. And I would especially during COVID, we've been working on it for a couple of years, but we're able to launch it and expedite the process because of COVID. But we recently launched a search platform called Roger.vet. And it's just for the state of New Jersey because every state operates differently. So we decided to start small, make small mistakes, and we created a search platform for the state of New Jersey where vets could find any resource. They're not just resources in New Jersey. They could be national, but they cater to vets in the state of New Jersey. You can have filters by filtering your income, demographics, branch of service, your discharge status, different categories, if you're homeless or if you're looking for an entrepreneurial program like Bunker Labs. So vets can go on there and search for all these various programs. But what I'm getting at is we have people that say, hey, I want to know how to help a vet. I'm like, oh, get these flyers, keep them with you. If you're in another state, look up some veteran resources, keep some of their flyers with you. And if you see a homeless vet, give them those flyers. I'm telling you that flyer is worth more than $10, $20 or whatever you would give them in a monetary value.
Oh, definitely. And I was just looking at your actual platform for Roger. I was going to ask you if you had plans to move forward. And obviously you do, since you said start small, lose small. Aim small, miss small, like in Brave and the Patriot. I mean,
yeah, it's so we built it in we built the search platform around how does the state operate? How do nonprofits operate? We reverse engineered it because we wanted to see how do these organizations connect with the veteran and how does the veteran connect with them, and that's how we built the search platform around a grant might limit a nonprofit's capabilities by their county or the demographics of the individuals they serve. So we kind of built all that out. Even like SSVF or HUD-VASH, they go off your income. So we have an income calculator. You literally type in your income and you automatically know if you qualify or not. So we put all that thing on the back end. So it's just really clean and nice on the front end. It's 100% free. Even for the organization itself, we actually found out that it's almost just as beneficial to them as the veteran because they'll have a lot of veterans that come to them that don't qualify for their services. So they're literally just going on Google because they still feel compelled to help them and they're looking for stuff. But that's not really an effective way. Now the VSO could literally just go on Roger and say, okay, you're in Essex County, New Jersey. Okay, you're in Essex County. You're homeless. Okay, you're looking for shelter. Okay, hey, check out these resources. I'll email them to you. Or if you come to my office, I could print them out and give them to you. Even people can donate to the nonprofit on their own personal page. It's just a very clean and crisp page that has everything from their social content, their email, their website, a little bio about themselves. We have a keyword search on the platform. So yeah, it's like 3 years and a whole team just building this out. So I'm definitely I could breathe a little easier now that it's launched. It's been, a little stressful, but it came together okay.
Yeah, I just did a search on it. It came up pretty seamlessly using my dad's zip code. Everything popped up. I think 39 pages popped up for things just from within a radius of there. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, we have like 250 organizations. We have another 150 to add, but we're literally adding them manually. And these are groups that I've went through. I know it personally, or one of my buddies went through, and I'm not just adding things that I've never heard of. So I want to make sure these are the right resources for these vets. So there's a lot of vetting. It's not just I'm randomly finding groups and just throwing them on there. There's a lot of back end work that is done to make sure these organizations are the best of the best for our vets.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great start. And I think a lot of these will bleed over if you actually launch this into other states, because I think a lot of these other organizations that are on there actually bleed over to other states as you move forward too. So it should be pretty easy getting going from that point.
It's just we definitely are going to branch out to states. We're going to need somebody in that state can kind of help us figure out how do grants operate, how do counties, states, some states don't have counties. So we just kind of have to figure out and dissect that state. And then, yeah, we could just basically create the same exact thing. I mean, heck, I've had people from other states say, "Hey, I love your platform." And I'll just say, "Here you go. This is everything we did." And they're kind of like, "You sure? That's your information." I'm like, "Hey, man, it's not about us. It's not about you. It's about the vets we serve. So why would I not give you what I have that's been successful so you can basically create the same thing for the vets in your area?" I can care less of what's mine and what's yours. I want to make sure that we're able to come together and collaborate and make sure we give the best of the best to our vets.
And that's outstanding. That is a problem in the nonprofit world. Dog eat dog, basically. I made this, it's mine. But your approach is much better, where you're all going for the same goal of helping getting that veteran the help that he or she needs as they move forward in life to a more successful life, instead of being stuck where they are.
I mean, if like, for instance, if I go to X organization, I'm like, I'm not going to help you, or you know what, here's our flyers that we do for outreach and let me give it to you. But if I don't do that, and if that organization fails and they're no longer there, that makes my job that much harder. So why the hell not would I want these organizations to succeed? I mean, we have to work together. Imagine if I just deployed to Afghanistan by myself. Would I be successful? No, you literally deploy with an entire team with people from all different backgrounds and different MOSs coming together. That's literally like the nonprofit world. I can't do this alone. And I want other nonprofits to succeed just as much as I want to succeed, because, we got to make sure our vets are priority one.
Definitely. And I think you're on the right path right now. And how does someone get involved with coaching and mentoring through your organization?
Yeah, so people get very scared of that term. They're like, "Oh, I'm not qualified. I'm not a counselor." And I'm like, "Hey, like, listen, that's almost a good thing that you're not a counselor, or you're not a doctor or a social worker. This is very much the coaching and mentorship is just having somebody to talk to, so you're not alone." I mean, I would tell them not to suggest things or maybe or suggest things that the veteran should do. I 100% say, do not talk about medication. This is literally just programs and things that you've done and somebody just to talk to. But yeah, I want it to be simple, and I just want it to be somebody that the vet can talk to. Nothing really crazy where you're going to tell them to, "Oh, I suggest this medication or that." No, it's not like that. It's just really on a peer-to-peer mentorship. Like if you're going to an AA or NA meeting, where you can kind of find somebody that you associate with and feel more comfortable talking with.
Absolutely. And I think you're right. If you put a title on there, such as counselor or stuff like that, many of the veterans that are out there probably don't trust those people anymore. something happened along the way there where they were given bad advice or they would not help them along the way. So just having a peer or a friend, someone that could be there for them when they need to talk, just to even vent, that's even better for them.
Yeah, on our no, you're 100% correct. And on our website, backpacksforlife.org, backpacks with an S, FORLIFE.org, vets can or just anybody, civilians. I mean, that's the thing. People they try to just talk with vets and talk in that veteran bubble. I mean, we're a fraction of the population. We need civilians to help us. We need males, females, however you identify. We need help from all angles. So we're not going to just say, oh, you're a civilian, we don't want your help. We need help from any and all people. And you can just go right on our website. We have a volunteer section where you can just put your email on. We'll send out emails to people if we're doing an event or if we have a vet that we could maybe pair them with. We try to send out, 1 to 2 emails a month. We're not sending out daily emails or things like that. One, just we don't have the time. And two, I think that's annoying anyways.
Oh, definitely. I just found the volunteer page is pretty simple. Just go under Get Involved. On the Get Involved tab, volunteer right there. Pretty simple. The page is very seamless. Once they get there, you should be able to find everything they need to do to help you and help the veterans along the way. And you're absolutely correct. It takes the whole village to help a person. The veteran community, or those who serve, is 1% of the actual population, or 1-ish% of the population. So there's a whole another 99% of the population that can jump in and use their expertise in the corporate world or in the tech world to help them out and get them back on their feet.
Absolutely. And another part on our website, which I rarely see any organizations do, and nothing wrong with that, but we're all about transparency. I don't want to spend time dealing with, people think, or if you're doing something in an ill intent. I just want to be transparent, throw it all out there. This is what comes in, this is what comes out. So we put our 990s on our website. We do a financial audit on ourselves every year, just because I feel transparency is key. There's a lot of commotion and noise out there, especially in the nonprofit world. So I just want to make sure that we focus on our vets. I don't have to focus on anything else besides that. So we just throw everything out there, all of our financial statements and everything, just to make sure people feel comfortable donating and working with us.
That's outstanding. And I was going to say that will help you out a lot, getting donations without having to provide that to them over and over again. They can just come on your website and find it. So that's good.
Yeah, that's literally like, and that's what I was trying to say, which I don't think I said it 100% clearly, but yeah, you said it perfectly. I less things to deal with, less commotion, less, hey, are they trustworthy? Go right to on our website and you can check out for yourself.
And it's right there in red and white buttons, but yeah, it's in black and white right there on the screen. So yeah. if they can see it there, they can see, if they can see it in an email you send to them or an actual snail mail package that they want to get, they can read it here as well. And it saves a lot of time and money. Yeah.
And we're like, we've had people, this isn't our organization. This is everybody's organization. So if you ever have an idea or a way that we can better serve our vets, like send us an email. We'll run with it. If it's something that definitely we can do right now and we have the time, we'll definitely run with it. I'm open to suggestions. I'm not the one that's always saying, oh, I'm the one that needs to lead it and come up with everything. Absolutely not. I'm humble. I'm going to humble myself to make sure we get the best knowledge, the best resources for our vets. And especially, with, like, for instance, with COVID, we saw the vets that were just, there's really no other word to describe it besides like getting massacred at the veteran homes in New Jersey. And so we literally reached out to them like, hey, what can we do? And they're like, we need gowns. And we, Alexa and I had good skill set in developing this backpack, sourcing domestic materials and be able to build something out of it. So our two buddies, both former Marines, had a factory in Passaic, New Jersey, textile factory. And we ended up sourcing like 300,000 yards of material. We ended up making surgical masks, and I call them surgical masks because we got them FDA approved, and we were getting those out to veteran groups and hospitals so they can continue to execute their mission. And we ended up making 105,000 isolation gowns for the veteran homes in New Jersey. So that was really cool. But, what I'm getting at is the sky's the limit for us. We're malleable, and we're here to figure out what our vets need at the present moment.
Awesome. And I think, like I said, I think you're on the best glide path possible with your vision and your, I guess, your acumen to do this. You're all about the veteran, not about the pocket, and that's the best way to do it. And I think you'll be successful as you move forward.
Yeah, I mean, if I was about the pocket, I'm definitely going about it the wrong way. I took this week off for vacation to kind of get updated with or get myself caught up to speed with Backpacks for Life stuff. I feel I'm averaging about 35 to 40 days a year I take off for Backpacks for Life stuff, not to mention my weekends and after hours. But I mean, hey, I love to do it. I'm not complaining, but I definitely picked the wrong path if I'm trying to make some money off of it.
Definitely. And I think you're doing it all the best way possible. And I hope I can help you in Tennessee as we move forward after this. And I also have connections in most of the states, because working in an old organization where I can probably link you up with somebody there that's already has a nonprofit or does something with veterans there, either from the government side or from a nonprofit side.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, man. That really means a lot to me. This is one of the many amazing components of it, is just meeting new people, meeting people that are like-minded in regards to putting others above themselves. The diversity is amazing. I mean, that's the veteran community in itself, but this nonprofit community, man, you meet some really fascinating people.
Yes. A lot of real good players out there in the nonprofit world. Like any other business, there's also some apples that are falling off the tree, but most of the apples are doing really good.
Yeah, that's in life. There's always an anomaly, or there's always that variable. Nothing can be perfect. Police, firefighters, doctors, lawyers, there's always a bad apple in every category,
Right. No matter where you are, you're going to find them. In every family, there's one. So.
Yeah.
We're not all perfect, and we always have to help each other get back up on the right path of life. And that's what you're doing, and I applaud you for it.
Thank you. I always say, if I were to judge anybody, I would have already been judged 10,000 times before. So that's not my place to judge. My place is just to help others.
Awesome. So you were in Afghanistan, 12, 13, or just prior to that?
12 to 13.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I was there 10, 11, and 12.
Man, you should have just got your address switched over to there.
I was looking for a timeshare over there. They wouldn't let me buy it.
Really, no deals at all?
And I had a nice mud hut in Kunar.
Yeah.
So we chewed the same dirt at the same time. So I just wanted to let you know I was there with you, and I've seen some insanity as well.
Yeah, it was Helmand Province, and then we fobbed hop all over, which is really cool. I ended up naming my dog Kajaki after Kajaki Dam. So yeah, I got a big old silver lab. He's chalk and Weimaraner. He's my rock, but I love him, and I don't know. It's funny every time people are like Kajaki, I'm like, oh, here you go. So sometimes I'll just be like, I don't know. It's it's a food or whatever, but yeah, no, it's a place in Afghanistan.
Awesome. Well, Brett, thanks for taking your time to come on the show. I look forward to working with you in the future to help get this going across the country. And any parting words for the guests, for the listeners? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get involved in an organization, it's as simple as, you might not have the time. So it's as simple as just reach out to them, get some flyers, keep them with you in your back pocket, in your backpack. And if you ever see a homeless vet, or not even just a veteran, but just a person in need, just give them those flyers. I'm telling you that it's more than the weight of gold, and it's something so valuable. It's such an easy thing. You could do it during your commute or when you're just, walking around the town. So just get involved. I mean, it's really good for the soul. It really is good for the soul. It gives you that purpose, and what a beautiful thing to see somebody transform from homelessness to, stability.
Definitely. Thanks, Brett, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You have a good day as well.
Stay in touch.
Take care.
All right. Bye. That was great chatting with Brett and learning about the difference him and his fiancee, Alexa Modero, are making in the realm of homeless veterans around the country. Check out the Backpacks for Life link in our show notes. You know how we do this. Thanks for taking some of your time to spend with us on the Misfit Nation. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and share the link as much as possible. If you want to, please become a supporter to help us carry this on. We appreciate you. As always, till next time, be humble, stay hungry, and keep hustling, because we are the Misfit Nation.